Did you know? High School of the Dead references a lot of popular Western movies and media. In episode 3, a Seven Sons gas station can be seen. The name is a mashup of two well-known convenience store chains, 7-Eleven, which is popular in America and abroad, and Lawson's, a popular chain in Japan. The Seven Sons cashier heavily resembles Shaun, the main character in Shaun of the Dead. His name tag also reads as Simon, and it was British actor Simon Pegg who played the starring role in the movie. There is another reference to this franchise in episode 4 as well, where we see Shaun gas station as a parody of the Shell gas station. In the first episode, when Hisashi dies and the sun starts to shine, the song that is being played is strikingly similar to the 28 Weeks Later theme, Dawn Abandons Alice by John Murphy. In episode 5, Kota Hirano makes a point of exclaiming a double tap when killing a zombie, which is more than likely a reference to the 2009 movie Zombieland. The English dub has some unique references of its own. In episode 6, after being kissed by Shizuka, Koto says, "I like turtles." This is actually a reference to a popular web video where a boy in a news report who has just gotten his face painted as a zombie says the same line. In the same episode, it also makes a small reference to former governor of Alaska, Sarah Palin. When Takashi opens a full gun locker in Rika's apartment, he says, "So she lives here with a friend of hers, isn't that right? Who is she? Sarah fucking Palin?" In episode 8, right after a reference to the American TV series The Rat Patrol, Kota mutters all these zombies and I'm gonna get killed by an Asian woman driver. Not all references are necessarily funny, however. After the airing of episode 5, many Korean viewers were outraged over the likeness of Asian star Bae Young-joon. A character bearing the likeness of Yon-sama, as he's known in Japan, was depicted in both the 5th episode and the manga as a ravenous zombie whose brains were quickly blown out by a sniper shot. Despite many Koreans' anger over this reference, it doesn't come close to being the most intense reaction from another country concerning the content of High School of the Dead. As reported by BBC News, China's Ministry of Culture condemned corporate entities which were hosting anime that glorified violence and terrorism and contained vulgar erotic elements. The ministry specifically mentioned 3 anime in particular: Blood Sea, Terror in Resonance, and High School of the Dead. A number of concepts in High School of the Dead were very different than the final product, though most of the characters featured very little changes. Like Rei, who was originally designed with shorter hair, or Sayako, who was designed much younger than her current senpai look. 2 characters in particular are radically different. Kota Hirano himself, who is named after and looks strikingly similar to Hellsing's creator of the same name, was actually going to be called Nagumo. And to add yet another Shaun of the Dead reference, Nagumo was explicitly based off of Ed from Shaun of the Dead. The other character was actually a character who never showed up in the series at all. Tomoe Arise, a 16-year-old girl with shorter hair and glasses, was eventually merged with Tagaki. Author Daisuke Sato and illustrator Shoji Sato of High School of the Dead talked briefly about Tomoe. Shoji said, "The theme for Tomoe was the totally uncoordinated one. You're supposed to get the sense that there's not an ounce of muscle on this girl, but for being so weak and helpless, you wouldn't believe the stuff that came out of her mouth." Daisuke added, "The lost character. She was supposed to be the bespectacled genius. Looking back on her, it really feels like a shame that we lost her." High School of the Dead has also featured a number of official crossovers. The outfits and hair colors for Sayako and Rei were featured as DLC for the 2012 zombie action game Lollipop Chainsaw. And to commemorate the occasion, Shoji also illustrated a special zombie fighter crossover illustration that was offered to Japanese consumers who bought the 4th volume of his action manga Triage X. Speaking of Triage X, it too had an official crossover with High School of the Dead. Shoji Sato Artworks' High School of the Dead and Triage X Lightning Pop was an art book released in 2012 featuring the series as well as Shoji's other work. And finally, did you know the series wasn't even going to be called High School of the Dead? When it was originally conceived, it was called School Zombie Kill Kill. So that's all for today. Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube and follow us on Facebook and Twitter. And make sure you also check out didyouknowanime.net for all the latest facts and trivia on anime. We appreciate you guys for watching. My name is Aki Dearest, and you can subscribe to my channel for more anime and otaku related content.